We're live! Welcome everyone to Chat with Kat. I'm so excited to welcome Jessie Palter.
Thank you so much for having me. So
Can
sweet of
we
you to
can
reach
we
out.
all can we all hear your music? Can you hear it? I love your music. Okay, and I want to dance too.
Let's
I
do it.
want to promote it so much. Okay, let's see if it
Thank you.
went live. It just started on Facebook. Facebook is a little slow, so okay.
Sure.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So can you tell me? I'm just so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I mean, you came through my news feed, and I'm so glad it did because your song "Better Days" is so beautiful. I love your voice. I played it for my entire family, and they love it as well.
Thank you.
Like, I can't believe you wrote this during the pandemic, or how did you come up with this song?
Yeah, so it took me a few months to sort of wrap my head around how I'm going to step forward in this time as an artist with all of my gigs canceled, with no touring happening, live music just completely null and void. At the time, I was contractually locked in with a record label. And so I felt artistically that I sort of needed a metamorphosis anyway. Spent the first few months of the pandemic grappling with all the things that everybody in the world grappled with. The one perk of it was that, I guess there were many silver linings, and I really tried to focus on those and cling to those. But I did feel solidarity, as hard as it is and as heartbreaking it is for the music community. Everybody was experiencing the same thing. And so turned inwards, really focused on strengthening my connection with my gut, trying to figure out artistically how I was going to step forward. Not pushing myself too much, like trying to allow the inspiration to come in its right place and time. And then after several months, I parted ways with the label that I was with, which was sort of a necessary step forward. And it was really my time to figure out, okay, now I am getting back into the driver's seat of my career. And how am I going to do that with all of these constraints and restrictions? And times like these, this is really when it's time for artists to get to work and figure out creative ways to do what we do, which I believe is really alchemizing horrific and or all life experiences into art. My specific situation, song, and lyric. And so I got together virtually with an old connection who I had never written music with before. His name's Jake Bass. He is the son of the legendary Detroit Bass brothers, who I worked with when I was 14 years old. I was signed to a production deal, and they were grooming me to be sort of the next like Pop-Tart. They are responsible for doing much of Eminem's discography, including Lose Yourself. They co-wrote and produced that. And Jake is their son, and he had showed up to a gig of mine in November. I loved his energy, didn't really know anything about him as a musician, as a producer, as a writer, but according to Instagram, it looked like he was doing cool stuff. I liked his energy, and I just wanted to sort of sharpen my proverbial pencil and get back into writing. And I felt like I spent enough time collecting thoughts and feelings, and it was time for it to sort of pour out of me. So we did a Zoom chat, and we found a way to collaborate, and Better Days was the first of many songs that we wrote together and that I've written since. And it sort of fell out of me, and it felt very apropos to this moment because it was basically me sort of looking back on a previous time in my life when nostalgic feelings where we could all be together and we weren't worrying about a pandemic and all of the associated things. But also with an understanding that I have felt for a while that there needed to be a shift and that things haven't been right. And so more than the nostalgia, it was a longing for a brighter and a better future. And rather than allow this to sit on a hard drive, which I have hundreds upon hundreds of songs that I've written that haven't been released, the perk of being an independent artist is you kind of just get to put it out. And I'm a perfectionist. It's a blessing and a curse. And I feel like I normally can talk myself out of a spark of inspiration because I want everything to be perfect. But I didn't allow myself to do that this time. I gave myself a really short amount of time to do the entire cycle of releasing the single. And it felt like an appropriate stamp for me artistically during this period of time to be able to step forward in the driver's seat of my career and also acknowledge everything that's going on in the world right now.
Your song and your stories it's just so inspiring. Like, it's making me cry right now.
Oh, you're so cute. I'm giving you a hug. Aww.
It's one of the most beautiful things that came out of this pandemic.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. Thank you.
And I just want you to know, I play your song like every day to get me through the day.
No way.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna make me cry. Come on. Oh my gosh. I will be completely honest. That is so touching and so meaningful. Sometimes, especially as even though I've been in this industry my entire life, I'm still just climbing up. It's the slow climb. It's not necessarily the big break nowadays. And sometimes you do wonder if anybody's listening, especially now when you really can't connect. So I feel as though even if I know I have one person that's listening and that it has meant something to them, then it was a worthwhile endeavor. And that's sort of the fuel that keeps me going in such a crazy industry during such a crazy time. So thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome. I know I didn't expect to cry, but you really touched
Let it out.
me.
Let it out. We all need a good cry nowadays.
I just want people to know about it, and that's why I invited you to chat with Kat, which this is so new to me. But I just feel like a lot of people will be touched by it too. So
congratulations on this new endeavor for you.
Thanks. I'm just doing this just because I think people need a little bit of happiness in their life right now.
Sure.
And it's good to support each other. So I'm just trying to help everyone with their thing. But
you seem like an old pro.
Yeah, thanks. So just some cool trivia about you. So I know you went to University of Michigan.
True. Go blue. Go blue. Yeah, I was a jazz major in the School of Music over there.
Yes, and so you grew up you were born and raised in Michigan too?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, suburb of Detroit, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Grew up singing in Detroit. All of my family is still there. I haven't seen them since January.
Oh.
It sucks. I miss them like crazy. I have nieces and nephews out there that my heart breaks that I can't see them, but I FaceTime with them every day. That has sort of been one of the things that's helped get me through this. My 3-year-old literally calls me on her iPad. And that's, it's been, I try and see it as like, we're finding new ways to connect. But yeah, Detroit is an integral part of my story as a musician, as a human being.
Do you think you'll move back to the Midwest or?
This is, as my mom, this is the question my mom asks me all the time. I have become an LA lady. I really love it out here. It was always a dream of mine to live out here, which it's hard because family means everything to me.
Yes.
I family means more to me than music. But music is pretty high on the list as well.
Yes.
And I have dedicated my life's work to pursuing a career as a creative professional, as an artist, and as a songwriter. And, you know, it's been a really long journey. There have been many iterations of my career. And being in a city where I'm surrounded by creative energy, where there's no ceiling on what you can do, is really important to me. And so, in my gut right now, LA feels like the right place to be. I just moved, and so I'm definitely here
Oh,
for
wow.
another year.
Yeah.
I'm coming at you from my new studio room, which I need to like furnish and get a vibe going in here, but.
That's exciting for you. Yeah.
It is exciting. It felt like a weird time to get a fresh restart, and also a really important time to get a fresh restart. And I love hiking. I love the sunshine. I get seasonal depression in the Midwest. So it's important to have some sun on me in, November. I don't take that for granted. And, who's to say what the future will hold? I mean, if anything,
Right.
this year has been the great teacher and or reminder with regards to that. We don't know. I don't know where I'll ultimately end up, but right now LA feels really right to me. I have some friends that have become like family out here, and so I can't see them right now. To feel like they're close by has been helpful.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I'm a gal on a mission to find my way in this crazy music business, and so I'm out here knocking on doors.
Well, on that, I have a surprise for you.
What?
Do you see them?
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
Say it.
Surprise!
I miss you.
What? You guys
Yeah.
Oh,
speechless. Oh my God. Hi,
You're live. Say something.
Hi,
Tell everybody
babies. Hi, Mama Bear.
Hi, honey. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I was building snowman.
What'd you say?
I was building snowman.
Say it louder. You gotta say it
I
louder.
was building snowman.
Building snowman. See, it's snowing there. Here. What do you got?
What?
This is the best interview ever. Oh my goodness. Aria, can we
Ask Aunt
dance
Jessie a
Aunt Jessie's
question.
song?
Ask Aunt Jessie a question.
What song do you always ask for in the car?
You said you wanted to interview the president one day. Interview Aunt Jessie. Ask her a question.
Excuse me.
What? What'd she say?
Ask louder.
How much do you miss me?
How much
How much
do you
do
miss
you miss
me?
her?
Oh. To the moon and back. Aria, we talk every day.
Do you talk every day?
Uh-huh.
Do you talk to Aunt Jessie every day?
Am
Thank
I
you
your
for
annoying
doing
little Angela?
You're annoying little Angela.
I am.
Who's that? You gotta talk. Take your. Do it.
I'm shy, by the way, so this is new to me. Aria,
We'll make her not shy.
Aria, when you see Aunt Jessie performing on the news, what do you think?
What'd you think?
When you see Aunt Jessie, what'd
No.
she say?
She wants me to put her upside down again.
Oh my God. You got the whole mishpuch up here. So sweet.
I
Oh my
saw.
God, this is like
One of your posts recently was, I miss my family and friends. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm getting her family on.
This
So I
is
reached
so
out to them.
sweet.
This is so cute. This is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has been the hardest part about this year, you know. I can't see any of them. I feel very connected. I talk to my mom 10 times a day at least. And I talk to my niece almost equally as much. And I'm really lucky because my journey with my career has been a family affair since I was a little kid.
Yeah. Wasn't your grandmother an opera singer or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was a child
No chocolate.
prodigy opera singer named Dorothea Rayner was her stage name. Am I right, Mom?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And so my dad was raised surrounded by music, surrounded by New York, socialite, fashion family. And this is a great call, getting my 3-year-old niece in the interview. So my parents were supportive of it, and then when they noticed at such a young age that I was bitten by the bug, they, encouraged me to pursue it. And I don't know at what point. I mean, I feel like I speak on behalf of them in most of my interviews. Mom, like, at what point did you think I was actually going to do it?
Pose.
Oh, where'd your mom go?
Our mom with technology and these video calls, so.
Okay, then I can ask my brother. This is so cool. Ryan, at what point did you think that I was going to pursue a career professionally?
When I was like 2 years old.
And what do you remember about me and music from your childhood?
The traveling, always traveling. Okay.
Traveling.
You were always traveling?
Not always, but at different periods, I had different pursuits, or like certain deals. So, like, I started working when I was 13. Worked a producer out in Nashville. My whole family got in the car. Andrew Gold, legend of a songwriter / producer, sort of music business staple. Was the head of Linda Ronstadt's backing band, the Stone Ponies, and also had his own career as a singer-songwriter, the 60s and 70s. And he sort of took me under his wing, and the family got in a car and drove to Nashville. So we were always. I have an older sister as well. This is so amazing, though. This is so special. I've never had an interview where, they come and been in the background, but they've never been on camera. Mom, I was asking before you got cut off, when did you know that I was going to do this, like, as my life mission?
Started pretty young. They did music theater when they were very young. And I could see that she loved being on the stage and that she had a voice very young. And maybe when she was 5, I had a feeling she was going to go in that direction.
Oh, that's so nice. It's great that you just kept encouraging and supporting her.
Yeah.
It was a whole, you're looking at her brother there. He, it was a whole family effort, believe me.
They actually sat at my older sister and my younger brother. I don't know if, Ryan, you remember this, but they sat them down at the kitchen table when I was like 12, and really decided that I wanted to start reaching out to producers and finding a way to record myself. And they, I was the middle child of 3, and my parents put equal attention and love in nurturing my brother and my sister's passions and endeavors. And they sat them down. They knew that this was going to be a time-consuming and financially consuming, et cetera, thing. And so they said, if anyone has any objections, speak up now. And both my brother and my sister were really supportive. And they were like, no, we're totally all in. And then it was sort of full speed ahead ever since And I remember every year we would always say, "This is the year Jesse's going to be pulled out of school to be homeschooled."
We thought they were all going to have to be homeschooled.
Oh, wow.
This is the best interview ever. I'm like blown away. I'm trying to be professional.
Oh, I'm so
here,
glad.
like,
That's amazing.
oh my god!
I mean, we could talk forever. Okay, so also your grandfather was in the fashion industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He was a shoe mogul. He invented the platform shoe and the peep toe and the sling back. He had he had his own shoe line called 𝒥𝓈𝓈𝓒𝑒 and he was the winner of the first ever
Cody Award.
Was it Neiman Marcus Award or Cody Award?
Oh my gosh.
And so creativity is in the blood.
It is in your blood. Well,
yeah.
on the fashion note, because I know when everything's back to normal, you'll be going to the Grammys or the Tonys. if you were to pick a designer to dress you, who would you pick?
Oh my God. Who would I pick? Oh God. I would be honored for any designer to dress me.
Because I'm gonna get this out there. We could have a selection. How about your top three?
Gabbanas.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love 𝒞𝒽𝒶𝓁𝓉𝑒 stuff.
Oh yeah.
And obviously
I
she tied in music.
Wait, who was the last one you just said? I'm sorry.
Stella McCartney. I would like to support a Black designer. That would be really cool. Oh man, it would just be a dream to get dressed for the Grammys.
Yes, we're gonna hook you up.
I love it.
I've been in the fashion industry for more than 25 years. So.
Awesome. Yeah,
that's my background.
I love fashion though. I'm spending all of my time in pajamas these days.
Yeah, I think
cool. I've never even asked like my family's perspective on any of my career stuff. Like,
yeah, I wanted to hear their perspective. Like, I wanted to hear like how you were at home, if you were always constantly singing. I know you started playing the piano at 7 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, were you always playing instruments at home, and like, how was that for everyone?
Mom, you want to go?
For me? Well,
yeah.
Sure, she and her sister were both musical. They both did musical theater very young.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting household. They would just, whatever show they were thinking of auditioning for, all of a sudden I'd be cooking and someone behind me would just belt out a song. And I had 2 girls belting out a song, and that boy over there would come rolling on his roller skates, trying to hit hockey sticks. So it was, hockey, the puck. So it was a pretty, people thought our house was very interesting.
Entertaining
and interesting. I actually had wife swap once try to get me to go. They tried with a lot of money to get our family onto the show. They wanted.
Oh my gosh! Really? And you turned them down?
Well, the boy over there said that if we did it, he was going to run away. And
that would have been an interesting episode.
Yes, a very interesting episode.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So it was just an interesting house. We always had sports and music going on simultaneously throughout their entire childhood.
What was it?
You know what would be nice for everyone to see one day is if you had like the home videos or something.
Oh, we have them.
Right? Yeah.
We have them.
Jessie watches them whenever she comes home. She spends hours in her room watching all the videos.
We have
I'm
we
such
have
a
them
sap.
singing
I'm
from
so
very young.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
I was always like the sensitive. I'm the most sensitive one, I think, out of all three kids.
Oh yeah.
And I like cling to, like, I just love my good memory, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fodder
Yeah.
for my writing.
You had an amazing childhood. Like, this has been your life. And it's wonderful to see your entire family so supportive too. And like your entire family is talented, and you all have this in your pretty much in your genes. So it's nice to see that.
Thank you so
I'm sorry
much.
I don't have your sisters.
Oh, no worries. This was such a huge surprise. I'm like blown away. I haven't caught my breath yet. I wasn't expecting this. This is such a treat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love the extra raw nature that my 3-year-old is bringing.
Yeah.
Hey, Roosty.
Aria, Aunt Jessie.
Aria, can we show how we dance to Better Days?
Can you show how you dance to Better Days?
Yeah, show them how you dance.
Actually, she that might have to
Sing
go.
a little
She
acapella.
fell down the escalator today and
Yeah.
kind of hit her knees.
She fell down an escalator.
Oh no.
So,
Is she okay?
she fell down
Just-
with her.
Do you have a boo boo?
She fell on them.
She's trying to show you.
Oh no, baby girl.
Come up, baby.
Aria,
Thank
if
you.
I sing a little acapella, will you dance in your
Quick
you
dance.
dance on Daddy's lap? Ready? Not that I know what to be
Yeah.
without
Go,
you
girl.
standing close to me. Oh, delight and bring the heat. I'm dreaming of better days to come around. Solo top down through the streets, singing of life's no guarantees. I'm dreaming of better days to come around.
Woo.
Yay!
I love your voice. Yay!
Thank you so much.
Oh, she's so happy.
Oh man. Wow.
Sorry, she liked me.
She's like him. I hate to say it. We were all thinking that, but none of us said it.
Oh, that's okay. You can say whatever you want here.
Oh yeah, he used to try to, he would go in the shows with his sisters, and they'd be performing, and he would go up to the microphone, and he would get a part in the play. Somehow he managed to get a part in all the plays that they were in, and he would go over to the microphone and he could say, it would be during a dress rehearsal, "Mom, if you're out there, I'm thirsty. Can you get me a drink?"
Oh my god. Oh, that's so
So
funny.
we're all identifying when we're seeing my granddaughter and her aunt, her niece, that reminds us a little bit of her father.
Oh. It's amazing how like children get little bits and pieces of personality from their parents.
It is.
Yeah.
Sharon
I love
her.
I love her how her name is Aria.
Beautiful name.
Yes.
Love your name.
How did she get her name?
Say thank you.
How did you pick her name, Ryan?
Well, I wanted her to be named Ari Gold after the Entourage character. And my wife did not want that. So we were in the car driving, and I said, well, how about Aria? Because she always watched Pretty Little Liars, and there's a girl named Aria in Pretty Little Liars.
Oh.
And she said, yeah, I like that. So that's how we came up with Aria.
And she's definitely an Aria.
But I wanted
And
her
then
to,
I call her Riri Rally Rooster. Then it became Roosty. Then it became Roostla. Then it became, what did it become, Aria?
what's your nickname? And what's your Gaba? What does Gaba tell you to say? You're No, louder. What are you?
𒒥𝓈𝓈𝓒𝓒.
Mishbucha. I speak Yiddish to her. So she gets all the Yiddish from me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I have a question for you. Actually, my cousin wanted me to ask you because he did his research on you. He wants to know what your favorite sushi is.
Mayonnaise.
Oh.
My favorite
Mayonnaise
sushi.
sushi.
My favorite. You mean like my favorite sushi restaurant, or what my order is?
I think what your order is.
Oh God, I love all sushi. I love baked crab rolls. I love Wrangle rolls with spicy mayo. I love sashimi. I love like anything fish,
Want to
just fresh fish in general. I can eat
Yeah.
sushi every night. There was a period where my mom and I did eat sushi every day.
Find out.
Really? Wow. Does your entire family like sushi then?
Yeah, we all like sushi, right?
Except Dad.
Yeah, except my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Are you leaving, Ryan?
We'll have to say goodbye.
Yeah, she's begging to go back outside and build snowmen. So
Oh, nice.
Love you.
Nice meeting you.
Lower kisses.
who else do you love? You love who?
The moon and back.
Who else do you love?
Gabba.
And
Mwah, mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
Aw.
Oh, that was very sweet. That was very special.
That is for my mom.
She's still on? Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Okay.
Is she? Yeah. I just wanted to see. Oh, another question for you. It said, did you pick up guitar playing? I think he wants to know, like, while we're in quarantine. Like, have you been playing your guitar?
No, that's
again?
actually been one of my quarantine goals. I have a guitar sitting right here that I need to get better at because I get a lot of song ideas that come to me and I hear them on guitar, but I don't. And I've been trying to be gentle on myself with my level of productivity in this quarantine period. But the big quarantine endeavor has been that I now have my own home studio, my own rig, so that I can produce myself. And piano is my primary instrument that I play on and my main compositional tool. And in time, guitar will come.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then you have a hello from London, from Rebecca from London. See? People are watching
Hello.
you from
I love
around.
it.
And then let me see what other comments are here. I'm not sure what it is, but I think this guy might have a talk show, but he said he's happy to play Better Days on Friendly Smile Frenzy Network.
Oh
So-
yeah. They've been playing Better Days. That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you.
Yay.
Hello, Rebecca in London. Thank you so much for spinning Friendly Smile Network. I appreciate the Better Days support.
Oh, so Phil said he and his wife saw you live in 2019. That's great. That's awesome.
Awesome. I wonder what show that was.
So I wonder if he's.
Oh,
if
I think
he's-
that was I believe in Evanston. I played a venue called Space, opening for Peter Himmelman.
Yeah.
And I believe that was a show. Evanston
Oh.
Spaces. That's a beautiful venue, and music venues, independent music venues need support right now. Artists need support right now. Anything you can do to support artists and keep art afloat
Definitely.
through this crazy period, bridge the gap to the other side, is very much appreciated by the artistic community and the live music community.
Yes, definitely. We want to keep this going.
Yeah.
So Rebecca wants to know, what are 3 things that you want you would do once the pandemic is over?
Number one, see my family.
Yeah.
Number two, give them the longest hug and embrace that they've ever received. Number three, I want to sing for an audience and play in a room with a full band of musicians and feel that life music making energy again.
So I was curious because you could go in so many directions, you know, produce a lot of your own albums. But did you ever consider like being on Broadway? I want you here in New York. That's where I'm at. Or just come and perform here.
You're not the first person that asked that. I want to write a Broadway musical. That's on the bucket list for sure. I was raised doing a lot of musical theater.
Yeah.
I have been told before that I have a theatrical voice, which perhaps is not my favorite thing people say to me, but I suppose it is worth embracing. Anybody that listens to my music exactly the way I am. The thing that always appealed to me about musical theater and Broadway was the musical component. The composers that have written for these shows are the most, some of the most articulate and well-composed material. Like Sondheim has been a big influence. It goes on and on. Rodgers and Hamilton, you know, Gershwin, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, I do have a theatrical Broadway influence. I don't know if at some point perhaps the desire to be in a Broadway show will, hit me. And I think that something that I have learned in this last year and really honed in on and focused on is that I love doing so many different artistic things. And so I feel most fulfilled when I'm doing all of them, when I'm not constraining myself to just one thing. When I'm not placing myself in a box, because I'm a trained jazz musician and composer and vocalist. And I also have the singer-songwriter thing. I like playing bands. I have a long-time collaboration with a great pianist named Sam Barsh, and we have sort of this electro-pop soul project called 𝒞𝒽𝒶𝓁𝓉𝑒. I'm going to release some stuff this year. And then also my songwriter thing where I'm writing songs for other artists, and I would love to compose a musical and do movie scoring and all of that stuff. So I think whatever makes me scream hell yes inside creatively is I want to dip my toe in. And if at some point I want to be on the Broadway stage, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it for sure. But that's not what's speaking to me right now.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whatever direction you...
She loves when I do. When I do theater.
It was such joyous times to sit in the audience when she was performing in Broadway shows. It really was joyous. It's been joyous sitting in the theater or in any club. I've loved every moment of her career, so I support wherever it takes her.
But I should clarify, I haven't done Broadway shows. I think she means
when you were younger.
I did professional musical theater.
Right.
Not on Broadway. But yeah, I always had a spoiled mom who was front row. Loudest clapper in the audience.
That's good. You could do anything. You're such a talented songwriter too. You could do it for the movies, for the film industry.
I definitely want to, I definitely want to. I think there's freedom with where I'm at in my career right now. people are sort of half here, half not here. So it's not the easiest time to network. But, you know, I am confident that I'll find my team of people to lift me up and collaborate with me and help further those pursuits.
Yeah.
They're out there. So, you know, the first step, of course, was releasing my first single as an independent artist. And then there's just more material in the can, trying to figure out when the right time to do it is to release things. So, yes, stay tuned. There's more stuff coming.
Oh, we're like looking forward to it. We're all very excited. It's amazing what you've done with Better Days.
Thank
You know,
you.
so I'm so glad you guys came on.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a treat. First
Oh, good. I'm glad.
virtual interview that I've done with my entire family in tow. Normally they're like at the news station with me hanging out in the back, but
oh no, I love getting everyone together. I want to have you guys back on.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then, you know, when the world's back to normal, maybe we'll eventually meet.
Oh, that would be
at a
wonderful.
studio or something, right?
New York is always a place that I'm coming and playing, and please stay in touch.
You'll have to let me know when you're in New York, because we're all going to be there.
Yes.
Support you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
What a great
Best of
start
luck
to like
continue
the
building
holiday.
the show. Oh, sorry. What
Yeah,
did you say?
I said this is the best way to start like Thanksgiving week with your song. Better days. Better days are coming.
Yes.
Yeah. So we
So
have a lot
optimistic.
to be thankful for. And
That's
I'm
great.
thankful for you. So thank you. I'm so glad I found you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for having Mama
You're
Peg.
welcome.
Awesome.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful and happy holiday.
Thank you.
You
Same
too.
to you.
Wishing you the
Thank
best.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.